Hi, traders, and welcome to the PL Capital Commodity Report. Today is Wednesday, December 13th, just after 5 p.m. Central Time. In this video, I'm going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So, for those of you that were on the live stream on Saturday who recommended that I create some type of community platform, I gave it some thought and I've gone ahead and created a Discord channel. The link is in the description. I haven't fully decided on the format that I want to use in Discord. I think for now I'll probably just be doing daily updates. Probably just when I see like a key level is broke on some asset that I'm watching, I'll just give an update or so. So feel free to join, and I'll probably be asking feedback from people on what they would like to see. So the format's not final. Still giving it some thought. It'll be evolving, but just something to think about. It's out there. All right, let's get on to the chart. Start with natural gas. So I did not think, even though I've been calling for them to come break this low one more time, I did not think that they were going to come down this aggressively. I thought it would be, down to about here, and then I thought they'd be given a correction for, that'd be like the first wave, two, come down real close, three, four, and then break five, and then we'd be going up. But they are going to just do this in one straight shot here, so there's not going to be a big correction. And I'm going to drill down here, 4 hour, yeah. So I had this labeled, actually if I switch over to the futures contract, I got the labeling there. I've had this labeled as the one, two, three, four. That's why I thought five was going to be ending somewhere around here. And they just kept pushing it down. So it's possible that this is a one, two, three, four, five. But to be honest, if you're bullish on natural gas, I mean, you do not want them to make a big correction now, because if they do, wow, natural gas is going a lot farther than I thought. Because if I switch back, because you can't look at the futures contract, you have to look at this contract to see where the low is. So on this CFD, the low is 206. So if this is five waves to here, and now they give a big correction, wow, natural gas is going, I think, down to like 1.5, which is really hard to imagine, but we'll see. I think though, instead of this all being 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this just a monster fifth wave, what I'm looking at, and it's a little bit clear on this chart, I think it's coming down like in a diagonal format. So I think this was a 1, 2, 3 for one. That's pretty easy. Three waves there. That one is easy. This, oops, come on, there. Then this wave, I think with this running flat, I think this was one to there, running flat two, and then they just made this big five wave move down. So I think that's a 1, 2 with a monster three, like a C wave. So you got your one, you got your two, you got your three, and now I think they're going to come up for a four, but it's only going to come up to like 248, maybe up to mid 2.5s, somewhere in here in three waves, and then come back down in three waves. So that is what I'm now leaning towards, because like I said, if they blow from here, if they just come way up here, that actually is not great if you're a bull for natural gas, because then they're going to make a really big correction, but then natural gas is going way below 2. So this will be a key area. So now if I really drill in here, I think what they're in the process of doing, and it's looking really good, is that this was 1, 2, 3, that was 1, and then they came down in 2, 3 waves for 2, and then they went up for 3, and then they had this 3 wave that they completed, and now this is getting really impulsive. So I think, let me just clean that up. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So now if they can come and break that 2, 3, 5, well, on this chart on futures it's 2, 3, 8, 5. I guess it's the same on both, almost the same. But if they come up in 3 waves and break that level, then you'll have your impulse, and then any correction that they give, I'd be buying that, because it should be, like I said, it should be at least coming up to here. And if for some reason they're going to make a really big correction, well, that's good for you, but in the long term, I think it's actually bad for natural gas. But I'm expecting at least up to 248. So let's first see that if they can break this 235 level in 3 waves, give us a leading diagonal up, and then let them correct it down, and then I'd be looking for a buy setup, but just a temporary. All right, so that's what I see on gas. Let's go over to oil. And I think this 5 wave move has finally ended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think it was a diagonal format. So with that complete, I still need to look into this first wave. This first wave, it's pretty impulsive. There was only one little minor correction inside. And so it's possible that this first wave is actually A, that was B, and then somehow you got 5 waves in here. So I'd have to relook at this. I thought this was just a running flat in here, so it was 1, 2, and then 3. But it's possible that there could be 5 waves coming down. If that would be the case, then after that big move up, and this would be A, B with a big C wave, and now you'd be coming all the way up. I just don't see that given the supply conditions going on right now, and I don't know. I'm favoring this was a 5 wave move down, and so we should be getting a correction up. So after that 5 wave, at least they should be coming up to 74, and preferably like something like close to 78. Now maybe they can even bring it up higher in a 3 wave move, but you should be getting some type of correction. So if we drill in, it looks like, oh, I got to really drill in here. These are pretty small waves so far, but it looks like they're doing possibly they're doing a diagonal. I had this running flat here for 1, and they came down in 3 waves. I think that's 2, and this looks like 1, 2, and they're getting pretty close to where a 3 will be ending. Maybe they'll just get close to 70, but that'll be 3. And then if they can give a 3 wave and then still go back up one more time, break whatever high that is, and that'd be 5, then that would be just like natural gas. Then you'd have a leading diagonal. I'd just wait for a correction and then be buying, I think, for a short term for oil, because I do believe that there's going to be one more wave down. But I think it looks good to play for a short-term bounce for oil. All right. Oh, and then I just wanted to show, I've been monitoring this, the SPR, and for weeks now, the SPR, it's just been sitting at the same level. And I know that they would only fill it if when oil came back down to 70. So, now we're here, and the government actually has money. Last time it was at 70, they didn't have that balanced budget, or didn't have funding from Congress because it was in a stalemate. So they couldn't fill it back then. But now, if you notice, it's always been at 351,274. And then at April 24th, they reported that it increased by about 300,000 barrels. So nothing big. And then the following week, December 1, another 300,000. And then today, it went up only 6,000. So I was wondering if this might be giving a little bit of a floor to oil, but now that they've only added 6,000 barrels, that's nothing. But so we'll have to keep an eye on the SPR, because if they're going to still start filling it now that it's down at 70, that's another reason that I could see oil definitely, kind of moving up. If people kind of catch on that government is willing to buy at 70. So just something to think about, be aware of. All right, let's move on. Let's go to copper. All right, so we're still in this consolidation here. So after what I see as a five-way move up, this just looks like a 1, 2, 3 down. Now I don't think that that's all the correction. I mean, it did touch that zone. In my last video, I thought that they would correct up in 3. I thought it would come up already, and then still one more down before they go. Give a little bigger correction, considering how big that impulse was. But it's getting pretty aggressive. I think everything got aggressive today with the Fed announcement. So it's possible that the correction for copper is done, and this is all just 1, 2, and it's just going to blast up over above 3.9. So, and when I really drill in on this wave up, it's not complete yet, because all I see is just this little running flight here, 1, 2, and then you got like this 1, 2. I don't think this is complete for 3, 4, and 5. So I still see a little bit more up. So I think copper is looking really strong. I definitely would only be looking for buy setups. It's just a matter of this 3-wave down. Are they going to do 1? Is this 2, like an A, B, and then they're going to come up one more time, break that high for C, and then still one more down? Take out some stop losses before they reverse it. That's the only question. So I think any kind of a pullback below this 384, I think it should be bought at least for a temporary push up. But like I said, I'd only be looking for buy setups in copper. I think copper's looking good. Gold, let me zoom out. So I still think that this is going to turn out to be a running flat correction. So this ABC up to a new high. And I've been saying that I think they should be coming down to 1940. So far when I drill in on this move down, it's only 3 waves. So like they had like a 1, 2, 3, and then a 1, 2, 3, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So only 3 waves down. So it's either this B wave isn't complete yet, so it could be this 1, 2, 3, that was just A. This 3 wave is B. They'll come up one more time, and then the C wave will happen. So two things to look for. Got to zoom in here. either this is the start. Let me zoom out. Either this is the first wave, so like a 1, 2, 3. They're going to come down in 5 waves into this zone, like that was 1, and then they'll do 3 waves for 2, and then they'll come back down for 3, and then give a 4, and then give a 5, something like that. Or like I said, this B wave just might not be done. They might be making a really big correction. So that's your A, that was your B, and now they're going to come up, either just a straight shot or in like a 5-wave format, and then come down. So those are the 2 patterns that I see. So it's just a matter of picking a preference, either let this correction play out and let it fall, or, maybe it goes up and then you're going to wait for that C wave still coming down over there. So I'd only be looking for buy setups in gold, and if you can, it probably wouldn't be bad to even like just put like a small position right here and hope that it goes and breaks the top to finish the B wave. That'd be a sizable move. Or if you have patience, then just wait for this correction to play out. So gold, yeah, gold's in a tricky spot, especially when I look at silver, because silver came down to and blew actually right through this zone that I thought they would be targeting, and then it blasted off, just like everything today. So silver actually looks like its correction is done, and this was very impulsive, where gold kind of had like a little correction going on there. So that's why gold just it's like right in the middle. I just can't tell if they're gonna sag down to 1940 or if they're gonna go up one more time to finish this B wave. So silver, I would definitely only be looking for buy setups, and I would want to buy when this corrects, because so far, you had like a little correction down here, little stuff going on, and then just nuclear straight up. So, any type of a pullback, I'd be buying that to go break the top 26. All right, that's what I see on the commodities. Hope that helps. Thanks for your likes and support. See you in the next video.